Hello everyone, I welcome you all to your own channel Uniform Forces. So today is going to be the second part of interview series, and trust me, it is going to be the one of the most important classes on interview. Okay, so do not skip it. And this is going to be about the DAF, that is detailed application form. So all those who have qualified the written part of last year examination, that is 2020. So they have already filled this application, and this video is for them. Okay, so all the aspiring students who are going to appear in this year on 8th of August 2021 or in the later years, for them I'll be bringing a video very soon. And before bringing that video, I'll actually ask you if you have certain queries regarding the DAF, and only then I'll make a video. Okay, so don't worry. Now, I'm not claiming that this video, that whatever I'm telling in this video is sufficient, is enough. So you are very welcome to go through other videos available on the YouTube channel. Okay, and it will really help you if you go through other channels as well, so that you know, to have a comprehensive, to have a wide knowledge about the interview. So first of all, DAF is a detailed application form, and why it is important. Okay, so first the definition is that it can be said as a piece of information, and it contains information about you, because when you are going for the interview, the board actually does not know you personally. Okay, so how they come to know about you, that is through the DAF only. So the importance is in the examination, it can happen that your entire examination goes only on and around DAF, and in generally on an average terms, around 40 to 50% of the interview goes on DAF itself. So that's the importance of the DAF. Now all the aspiring students who are either from English or Hindi background, this video is for both of them, because even the Hindi speaking people, I expect them to know little basic English, because that will be helpful not only in the interview but in the life in general. So I was talking about the detailed application form. Now whatever is written on this detailed application form is very important. You cannot take it for granted. Okay, so you may think that no, this thing is trivial, this is very obvious, this is very normal. So don't do that, don't underestimate. Every point is a potential question. Every information is a potential question. So I would request you ki please have a notebook with you, and whatever questions I am telling you about this DAF, you note them down. You can stop the video. And then note down the questions. Okay, so let's first thing first. First of all, on the top of this application form is written UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. So your question starts from this information itself. So what is UPSC? What is union? What is public? What is service? Like we say, there is job, there is service. What is the difference between two? What is commission? There is committee, there is commission. What is the difference between two? When UPSC was established, why it was established, what are its functions, how the body is selected, what kind of body it is, all this information is available in the Polity Lakshmikant book. Okay, so make sure that you go through that. Now second thing is, after this UPSC, it is written detailed application form, and below it written Central Armed Police Forces in bracket Assistant Commandants bracket close examination. So now the second question comes from here. What is CAPF? Central Armed Police Force. What is it? When the term came into existence? Before that there was paramilitary force. Now it is called CAPF. What is the difference between two? I told in my interview experience that this question was asked from me. Ravi, what is the difference between paramilitary and CAPF? So that question can be asked, and then the difference between army as well. Okay, then the forces under it, under the CAPFs, which ministry looks after this, and then what all forces come under CAPF. What is policing? Because there is a term used in this CAPF, policing. So what is policing? What is police? And the police as a subject is under state. Then why the central government is recruiting? Why the central government is having such forces? So that is a very good question. And after that, the difference between all these, what are paramilitary forces, what is CAPF, what is army, how these three are different from each other, what are their work domains, those all questions are very important, very potential questions. And then there is one article under which the central government has the power is given the power by the constitution to I would say to establish CAPF, Central Armed Police Forces. So find that, and if you have found that, then answer me in the comment what article is that and what that article says. After that, just in the bracket it is written assistant commandant. So the question is, what is assistant commandant? What is the rank structure in the forces, and where the assistant commandant what's the position of assistant commandant in that rank structure? After that, what are the roles of assistant commandant? What are its responsibilities, duties? All those are very potential questions. After that, what are the qualities required to be an assistant commandant, and what qualities do you have to become an assistant commandant? Why you are eligible, or why should we select you for that? So you have to tell some of the qualities which you have and which are required in a candidate so that he can be selected for this examination. So that is from this assistant commandant part. Now, so let's begin it. We will go point wise. Okay, so the first point is about name. So in the name, first of all, who named you so? What is the meaning of your name? Are you actually justifying your name? For example, my name is Ravi. So Ravi means Surya or sun, who gives glow, मतलब जो चमकता है. तो क्वेश्चन हो सकता है कि क्या अपने नाम को आप जस्टिफाई कर रहे हो, क्या आप भी चमक रहे हो अपने कामों से, बाय द डीड्स. तो ये क्वेश्चन हो सकता है. उसके बाद इफ देयर इज अ नेम सेक, मान लीजिए मेरा नाम रवि वर्मा है, देयर वाज अ पर्सनालिटी, मॉडर्न इंडियन पेंटर राजा रवि वर्मा. So just exact same name. So he can ask me about that person, about that individual, what his contribution was, in which field he was present. Like I said, Raja Ravi Verma was a modern Indian painter, and he contributed by giving the forms to the god and goddesses. And if there are some controversies, you need to have some idea about that as well. After this, there are some other personalities also by your name. For example, I am Ravi, so there is Ravi Shastri, there is Shri Ravi Shankar. So all those questions can be asked, like who are they? So a little bit knowledge about them also is very important. So your name or not, and what are the synonyms of your names? All those questions are very probable. You should go through that, I think. After that, there is second point, and in second point there is 2.A. So this is about address for correspondence. Now in this address, you need to know what is your tehsil, your subdivision, your district, and your state. After that, what are the facilities given in your district or your state? What are the challenges? Like in Delhi, there is a lot of pollution, high crime rate. So what are the challenges here? How you can tackle them? What are your solutions? What the government is doing? Where they are lacking? Such kind of questions are very obvious. Then what the place is famous for? Like Delhi is for historical monuments and for history itself. Then there are other places like I would say Himachal, Uttarakhand. They are famous as a tourist places. So questions can be formed in that way. After that, there are questions based on demography, like what is the sex ratio, what is the literacy ratio, and what is the population of your area. Okay, number of districts in your state. Then there are many places where certain words are used. For example, Vihar. So Saraswati Vihar, Vijay Vihar, Budh Vihar, Paschim Vihar. These are very common names, especially I have seen in Delhi. So Vihar, you must have read in when you go through art and culture book. So in Jainism and Buddhism, Vihar are places of worship. So the questions can be deviated, can be taken in that way as well. So now the board may start asking you question from this Vihar, from Jainism, from Buddhism. So you need to have a little knowledge about all these associated things. If there is a name like Vihar in that, then you need to have some knowledge about these Chaityas and Vihars, etc. After that, in this, there is a pin code. The pin code also has a relevance over here. What is the full form of pin code? Like postal index number. After that, it's a 6-digit code. So what every digit signifies, there is a meaning of every digit. So you need to find that out. And for example, if you are asked in the interview about this pin code, I think very few people will know about it. So it will be very impressive. It will give a good impression that you are aware of these things. Though these does not make a very huge difference, but they will be impressive. Next is the email ID. So in the email ID, you know, we use certain words, the date of birth, we use certain numbers, और कभी किसी फ्रेंड का नाम लगा दिया है उसमें, ठीक है, तो दे मे आस्क यू क्वेश्चन कि व्हाई यू नो मेड दिस आईडी. So just be very honest. You can say that, sir or ma'am, I was not very mature at that time and I just wanted to have an ID. So it was available, so I made it so. Okay, honesty will work there. Now let's moving on to third point. This is about date of birth. So date of birth, if there is any famous incident on the day or on the month or in the year, then you need to find that out. For example, my date of birth is 5 July 1994. So exactly on this date, Amazon, which is very well known online platform, so it was founded by Jeff Bezos. So that is one famous incident. After that, for example, if people are having 1998 as their date of birth, so you know the Pokhran test took place, so they may ask you when the first test was conducted in, like 1974, what was the operation name and who were all associated with it, under whose leadership it was conducted, and under whose leadership 1998 test was conducted. So questions can be asked in that way as well. So find out through the internet like what special thing took place in your date of birth, and then you know note that down and learn that thing. Now moving on to point number 4. 4A is nationality and 4B is citizenship. So you need to know the difference between what is nationality, what is citizenship, what is the difference between two, what is state as a concept. So there is a state, there is a nation. What is the difference between the two? What are the essential requirements so that we can call a particular place a state or a nation, and is India a nation or a state? After that, you know, with citizenship, many questions arises. Now, recently, the government passed a couple of years back. Government passed the Citizenship Amendment Act. So, what is it? Why the people are protesting? And according to you, what do you think about that? Should it be brought by the government? Is it according to our constitution, or is it breaching the constitutional values? All those questions can be framed. So, make sure that you go through all these things. Then let's move to point number 5. Point number 5 is gender. So you know that gender is a social term and sex is a biological term. What is the difference between two? I have already cleared that. And what is the sex ratio in your area or in the country? And what are the reasons for low sex ratio if that is the case? And what are your suggestions, what the government is doing, and what should be the steps need to be taken to bring it under control? And what is gender equality, and the questions associated with gender equality, whether the women should be allowed in the forces or not in the combatized role. So all those are very probable questions, so don't skip them. After this, the point number 6, this is state of domicile. So whatever your state is, you have to write that. For example, in my case, I belong to Delhi, so I have written Delhi. Now a lot of questions can be asked from this. For example, when was it established, what are its historical aspects and political aspects. So historical aspects like who ruled it, there were many rulers, many dynasties. After that, the polity means it was established under 269 AA article. So if there is something special about your state, for example, there is special category status to different states, so you need to know them. After that, what is the geography? Like Delhi is on the Aravalli Hills. Then what are the rivers? What are the multi-purpose important projects over those rivers? After that, what kind of economy is there in your state? For example, in Delhi and other metropolitan cities, it is basically tertiary or quinary or quaternary sector which is dominating, while in rural areas like in Haryana, there is primary or secondary activity which is dominating in the economy. So you need to know that. And one more thing, many people belong to village here. Many people belong to village, 70% of the population around lives in villages. So questions can be asked from village also, like what are the challenges in your villages, what are the good things about it, what the steps should be taken to improve facilities for the people over there. And then questions like, some questions like if you belong to UP, so UP is a very large state, both population and area wise. So should it be split into two? There was this conversation going on, it should be split into East and West UP. So should it be split or not? So such questions can be asked. So make sure you have eyes, make sure you read the newspaper on daily basis and keep an eye on the important topics related to your state. Okay, after that there is point number 7. Point number 7 is about the marital status. So not much question can be asked, but I think like should the married people be allowed for these CAPFs, because you know they are not allowed in the army entry. So should they be allowed here, and what are your reasons for that? Like if you say yes, then why? If you say no, then why? After that there is point number 8. Point number 8 is about community. So even if you are belonging to general category, you may be asked like should there be reservation based on caste and economy like EWS? What are your reviews on economic reservation, and should it be there or not? Because in past, in 1992 case, Indrasani case, the Supreme Court rejected this as the basis of reservation, but now it is there. And should the caste be the basis of the reservation or not? And if people belong to OBC, then there is subcategorization. There is a committee by Justice J. Rohini which is looking into the subcategorization of OBC. So you need to know about that committee. You need to have a view whether there should be subcategorization or not, because there is a need for that. So you need to find out why it is required. After that, there are less chances about that they may ask your caste, but you know you need to know a little bit about your caste if you have mentioned it. After that, in the OBC, so further questions can be, what is the creamy layer concept? When was it introduced? Is it really necessary? And should it be introduced in SC/ST reservation as well? So these are the probable questions on this. I think for today, it is enough. So we will take the rest of the points later on in the next video. Okay, so if you do have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment box or on the Telegram group. I would suggest you ask me in the Telegram group so that other people can also see my answer. See, these are very, very important questions, very potential questions. So I really request you not to skip these questions. And if you have any doubt in framing the answers of them, I will try to help you, but later on, not now, because now I am kind of busy in making these videos and on my personal stuffs. Okay, so I hope you will understand that. Tell me, how was the video? Did you find it helpful? And if you find it helpful, then please share it among other serious aspirants around you. Thank you. See you in the next video.